Kamikaze all fired up here. And you have to know that this is a big chance for Kamikaze. Opportunities like this don't come along every show, every night, especially for one so young. And so, look at that! Kamikaze displaying his athleticism. And that's one thing we do have to be concerned about. Kamikaze, young, athletic, and has a tendency to try and electrify the crowd, and that has sometimes cost him.
Well, maybe he'll get lucky and Nite might not spot that wounded knee.
I don't think luck has anything to do with it. And I don't think Nite's ever seen a weak spot he hasn't exploited. So I think there's little chance of that. Nite starting things off with a waist lock. But look at Kamikaze turning it right around. Nice hammer lock, quick roll over. Schoolboy roll up. Not quite a 2 count. Nite high stepping out of bounds. Kamikaze showing he's ready to trade wrestling holds with Nite. Nite, a very accomplished mat wrestler, also an extremely accomplished striker. Like a coiled spring, so powerful with those strikes, so quick.
They call him lethal foot in the back, he'll knock you out.
It's just poison. It's just like kind of a cobra or some kind of poisonous creature. Nite, a proponent of the hit and run. Kamikaze, that high flying style, willing to sacrifice his own body. Let's see what happens when these two collide. It should be a fast-paced match. Nite so far with an early advantage. And look at this though, Kamikaze powering out, getting his elbow pointed, managing to turn it around, headlock there, and a takeover. And notice Kamikaze, legs perfectly positioned, keeping his weight well distributed, keeping him whole, but Nite able to slither out with the head scissors.
He's using a bit of his mat skills, you're right.
Indeed.
He's showing it all.
Both men showing, and look at this. Unorthodox escape by Kamikaze, and Nite decides discretion is a better part of valor, decides to leave. Nite not really liking that at all. And again, a rather non-traditional escape by Kamikaze, but nonetheless effective.
Well, he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, I told you.
Kamikaze with that extreme, excellent body control.
Hold on, I'm getting a call from the back here. We're getting some breaking news backstage. I think a brawl is broken out back there, it sounds like.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to keep you posted on this when more news comes in.
You're just making this stuff up, aren't you?
I'm telling you straight. Hold on, I got to go to the back and talk to Rivers. I'll be right back.
All right. Is it number 1 or number 2? Folks, there's no word of... If it's El Nino, tell him he owes me a donut. And folks, I'm here by myself now. Ripper decided to take off for a visit to the little girl's room. And look at those moves by Kamikaze, spinning his way out. And boy, it's refreshing to be able to stretch out here tonight. And oh, look at this. And it's refreshing to share a match like this. Young men who really know how to wrestle, look at that. And Nite, you can say what you want, but that's exquisite body positioning. Nite now with the front face lock, and look at this. Kamikaze right out. Folks, this is what makes Monster Pro Wrestling one of the greatest professional wrestling organizations in Western Canada, in North America, in the world, in the solar system, in the galaxy, in the universe. I wish Ripper was here to cut me off. Folks, the excitement here, and oh, Nite, the snapmare takeover. Rear chin lock. Referee checking on things here, trying to make it a clean match. Not bloody likely if Nite's involved. The Junior Heavyweight Championship, he's aligned himself with the Heat Seekers in the past. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. You can see some of what Nite has to say at monsterprowrestling.com. Meanwhile, Kamikaze here, perfectly positioned. Nite grabbing the air to get out. Nice turnover on there to the wrist lock. But you have the one using the assist with a handful of air. Quick kick by Nite. Is Nite trying to get a submission out of a wrist lock? I don't think you're going to get Kamikaze that way. And look at the speed of Kamikaze and the speed of Nite. And finally, Nite scores. Nite off the ropes. Kamikaze turns around, no. Another reverse, but look at this! Kamikaze on his feet! Kamikaze taking Nite over, not quite! Nite again reversing it! KT, no! Sending him over! Oh, back suplex! Power move by Kamikaze, and going for the pin! 1, 2! Just a 2 count. And here we go, Kamikaze sending Nite to the corner, and here is back spring elbow, and oh my goodness, what a move by Kamikaze, and oh wow, it was such a nice time too.
You wouldn't believe what you missed back there.
Oh Lord.
Unbelievable turn of events.
Did you wipe? Good Lord. Oh, and listen to those chops, Kamikaze and Nite exchanging chops. I'll tell you what you missed, but there's no point in explaining it to you. Basically, the guy in the orange and the guy in the black are trying to pin each other. And oh, Nite just got dumped right to the outside.
Speaking of getting dumped.
Don't even, no. Just don't flood the place like our last building. Aftermath had to be postponed for 3 weeks because of you.
Well, I did catch
some fiber or something. Good Lord. And wait a minute, what's Kamikaze gonna do?
That's what I get for going to Mexico and hanging out with the Taco Kid.
Nite on the outside and Kamikaze calling for something. And this could be why they call him the acrobatic psychopath you saw earlier with that handspring elbow. And I think, wait a minute, Nite jawing with the credit. Here he comes, baseball slide right to the ribs. Kamikaze celebrating in the ring. Let's take a look back at some of the action we've seen so far. There you see that handspring elbow in the corner by Kamikaze, flattening Nite. And then wait a minute, here comes Nite now! Oh my gosh, human torpedo! Right through the ropes, suicide dive! Oh, the paramedic! There'll be ambulances coming from the next county over.
Isn't this a reserve? Or is this a farm town? This is where you come from, ain't it?
The cars are cheap, I hear. Nite now on the outside, being escorted back to the ring by Kamikaze.
Quit picking your nose, would ya? I'm trying to work here.
Oh no! Oh! Kamikaze just got bisected on the rope. We talked about Kamikaze maybe going for those high-risk maneuvers. That was a little too much, too soon by Kamikaze, and he paid the price. His children are going to pay the price, and Lord knows.
Well, now he's going to fit right in around with Asquin. We know that much.
Ripper! No, I don't know where to begin with you. Folks, he's the Versace biker. He's an ignorant, beer-swilling caveman. And, well, whiskey. I don't want to say we love him.
I drink whiskey.
You drink cleaning fluid.
Well, you know, it works.
You'd think your breath would smell better for someone who drinks as much mouthwash as you. Nite on the outside trying to take care of Kamikaze. And wait a minute, what are we going to see here? Uh-oh, we've seen this move before as he drops the leg. Dropping straight down like a guillotine. Nite going for the throat of Kamikaze.
You know, that looks like it hurts.
Thank you, Ripper.
You got your neck hanging over.
This is our special category, the bleeding obvious. Thanks for playing our little game.
He looks like he's in some pain. His tongue even turned green. Look at that.
This is what I have to put up with, folks.
Green tongue, maybe he spent some time in that smoke.
Join a wrestling program. See the world.